right, I'm going to assume we're live.
Excuse me.
Yeah, let me check over here real quick. Pardon me. Okay, yeah, there we go. I see us on the screen. We are live. Okay, so we're back with our Friday night game. This is traditionally a BX, Basic Expert Dungeons and Dragons game. You can also use, what is it called? The Essentials that's out there now. More modern version, but still the same rules. We're playing Immortal level characters, which I know is a different rule set entirely. That's from the BECME, the basic, what is it? Basic Expert Companion Masters Immortals set.
Yep.
So we're just all over the place with this. And the scenario that we're playing right now has nothing to do with any of that. So, yeah. You're in for a ride. Dion, just introduce yourself because you don't even know who the heck you are right now.
Oh yeah, we swapped again, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm Dion. I don't know who I am.
But I will tell you something about yourself. You are currently wearing
Really pretty.
a thick woolen gown, black and hooded. It falls from your shoulders until it drags to the ground. The gown is scratchy, laden with filth. It's severely frayed at the sleeves and hem, but it's warm, and it's all the attire you have. There's a patch covering your right eye. Your eye seems perfectly fine under it, but there's a patch covering it. And your nose has become extremely long and large, ornated by a huge wart on the end, which from protruding a couple of coarse black hairs from it. The brows above your eyes are gross and bushy, and the tips of your tongue slip easily into the gaps between your front teeth. From all appearances, you are a genuine hag.
Yes! Finally! They told me I could become anything!
Bill, introduce yourself.
Well, hi, I'm Bill. I don't know whether I'm Dr. Julian Harris or Radnor the Large. It seems to all be running together for me now.
And this time, you seem to be dressed in a deep scarlet robe made of velvet that hangs heavily on your shoulders, falling to the ground, covering your expensively ornamented shoes. There's a mortarboard cap on your head, just like, the graduation type of hats. Beneath the robes, a pair of clean linen breeches and a blouse-like shirt completes your attire. In all, you wear the garb of a Renaissance scholar. You have a dagger in a scabbard strapped to the belt at your waist. On the opposite side, a small sack dangles from the belt. Yeah.
Well, that's odd.
All right. Jameis, introduce yourself. I do this so you can put the names to the faces.
I'm Jameis, been here a while, as this is. I'm here on a mission from the lady, whoever she is, there.
Okay. And you find yourself in a green hooded robe of coarse wool that hangs loosely over your shoulders, falling below your knees. Tight linen breeches cover your legs, and two badly worn leather shoes with pointy toes cover your feet. This is the garb of a medieval pilgrim. There's a large gnarled stick in your hand, a crude staff, strapped to your sides, an old, much used, but serviceable sword in a scabbard. You also carry the map and the lamp from the last adventure.
Do I? Okay.
You do now.
All right.
And finally, Constantine.
Hello, I am playing James Harrison, although my original character is Sable. I never gave you what my character looked like, so let's see what you got me.
Yeah, you're dressed similarly to Jameis's character. Green hooded robe, coarse wool, pointed shoes, staff in one hand, scabbard with sword in the other. You do not have the map or the lamp, however. So you two are dressed as pilgrims. We have one scholar and one hag. And this happened after you guys landed at the Heathrow airport, which ended up being like a movie set of just facades that, you pushed over with nothing behind, except for a doorway, which still stood after the facade kind of fell around it. And you stepped through into a green rolling countryside. And that's where we find ourselves right now. As you all step through, the false airport behind you is gone, as is the door that you step through, and you find yourself dressed in these new clothing and new looks as well for some of you. Actually, Dion, you were always a hag at heart.
It's true. So, are we aware
You remember everything.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you remember everything that you've pieced out in last adventure, and you,
Right.
you know what you've learned so far. You still know.
Okay. So I kind of look around and I'm like, all right, I was Dr. Ross, right? Was it Ross or?
You're now programmed. Don't make character. Okay, just now. We're here programming.
Yes, Jameis's character was warned by the person on the on the plane that to stay in character under his breath.
Oh, well, just so we know who we are, right?
We're us. Who else would we be?
Yeah, but like, but okay.
Let's leave it there. I get scrolling at the bottom of the screen just to get it away so that I can remove it from the bottom of the screen. Please back my Kickstarter. It is for the Weird Frontier system. It is a new module that's out. It is an official one. David and I put this out. It seems to have funded, sort of. We have a $3,000 pledge that we think is sketch. So yeah, whatever you see for the funding goal on there now, figure it's actually about $3,000 less than that. But thank you very much. Please check into that. I'm going to remove it now. Beep.
That still makes it.
Barely. Yeah.
Barely. But it does still
Barely.
make it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys have stepped through. You find new garb around you. The only thing that you have still on you from the last thing is the lamp and the map. Those are the only two items that still seem to be with you.
I have a look at the map. That seems to be the only thing. Actually, I've got my hands.
You have a look at the map, you say?
Yes.
The map has
Can
changed.
someone take the lamp? I've got a staff and trying to hold a lamp, staff, a map, and I've got a sword. And it's kind of.
I'll hold the lamp.
Okay.
It's kind of.
Boom. There. New map. The map has changed yet again.
Okay. Zoom in on it.
Ooh.
Do we still think we're those people from the train, or do we not know, or like?
You still remember everything that happened. But there's no one else here with you. You're it.
An eye for an eye is the law of this land.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, the last thing that Laszlo did when you, who was the person on the plane with you, handed you an amulet, asking you to give it to the one that's truly blind, and those were the last words and the last instructions you got.
Yep, did not remember that.
Yeah. So the amulet is probably being carried by Bill. So Bill, your character has the amulet.
Okay, well, according to this, we have the airport is that way. We have a road. I look down. Are we on a road?
Yeah. So yeah, you step through, and then you don't see the airport behind you anymore. You just see this green rolling countryside, far in the distance. I do mean far in the distance. You see kind of a curious sight. There is an old man that's being led by a younger man who's dressed in a tattered medieval garb. And the young man is walking in a very strange fashion. He's like hiking his legs up very high as if he were climbing a tall slope of a mountain. And the old man is being led along. The voices are just very, very barely audible on the wind. They seem to carry a great deal. You hear the old man saying, "When shall I come to the top of this hill?" The young man says, "You do climb it now. Look how we labor."
I think we should avoid them. They're strange.
I lean over to Galen. I'm like, it looks like he's trying to fit in, but isn't doing it very well. You think this is one of our targets?
I have
Some-
no idea.
bushes around you, and you hear a light tinkling sound, and you hear a it's a little stilted laughter. And then when there you go, Dion, you kind of turn to look, and then you hear it again. It seems to be coming from a different bush this time. You hear this little tinkle again.
Hello?
A head kind of pulls itself up of a bush, and it's wearing like one of these jester's caps. It's very brightly colored. There's bells hanging off of it. It's a very young man who comes up with a big smile on his face. And then he does this like cartwheel over the bush and kind of does a pratfall in front of you, and his whole costume is very multicolored and it's just covered in little bells, and he makes that little tinkling sound. He's dancing and he smiles as he gets up. He's gesturing vigorously at the land around you. And he kind of almost in a sing-song voice. He says, "Here comes good news from a plain to bring sight to the blind man again. To the north you must go where the black winds blow and the storms of darkness do reign."
How
Who
much
are
did
you?
they pay you to say that?
"It's forbidden for me to quote from anything not yet wrote, for the blind to see is in part up to me and to you. Now go to north as wrote." And he does
Which way is
kind of like-
north?
Let's go
God.
south.
How long did it take you to come up with that rhyme? I just start going north if I say that. Like, what?
I don't like it, but we're not in Ireland, so I don't have to worry about it being a fae. Hopefully.
I don't even think. What's in Ireland?
Fae.
Just
And leprechauns.
There was an old man named Gloucester, whose eyesight 'tis piteous he lost her. Blinded is he, but still can he see. No one's blind from a mere accoster.
What the fuck is an accoster? What?
Who are you?
What is he?
He kind of laps his feet together and kind of bolts kind of like very straight, spine very straight, and you hear his whole costume jingle, and he bows to you, and then he vanishes with just a on the air.
Huh.
I don't like that guy. He had too much free time. Too many rhymes.
In the distance, you see the old and young man continue on.
Are they heading
Moving
towards
on.
us or away?
Moving towards a very dense forest you see in to the north.
I guess we go.
All right.
Just start shuffling along.
To the plot.
Okay, hurriedly, because they are at a distance away, or kind of taking your time to see what's going on.
I think we should hurry. I feel like they're important.
I feel like they're going to be something. We see what happens to them.
I mean, nothing that's happened so far that we've experienced has been like by happenstance. You know what I mean? It's definitely seemed to be very heavily designed to happen. So if I'm gonna follow my gut, I think we gotta catch up to them.
Okay, then you take off, trying to catch up to the couple. I want you guys to go ahead and make me con rolls, please.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a con
Yee.
roll.
Let's see if I
baby.
succeed.
Oh, dude. How about that?
Oh, that's not bad.
It figures.
No.
While Ragnar is no longer
Yes.
portly, he still moves like a portly man and is out of breath very quickly. So Ragnar, you're bringing up the rear. There doesn't seem to be any name attached to this persona that you have, so you feel free to use whatever name you feel comfortable with. But you're in the rear, you're panting hard. With a failure of that extreme, you are, if something happens, you're 2 combat rounds away. Okay.
As he starts to look behind, I pass him the staff so he can something to help him move.
Okay. Pass him the staff. So yeah, he's staying in the back. As I said, a couple of rounds away if anything happens. As you guys,
Nothing's going to happen. I don't know even why you would bring that up.
Yeah. So as you're getting closer, the 2 men don't seem to pay any attention to you all. The young man is still kind of guiding the older man along. The older man appears to be blind. As you're getting closer, his eyes are kind of milky and white, and you're catching again a bit of conversation as you're getting closer to them. The old man kind of falls down. He says, "I've fallen, no." And the young man looks down. He holds it. He picks him up and says, "It's difficult, but we can make it. We can make it." They don't appear to notice you at all. You're not very far from them at this point.
Does the young man look like he can see?
Yes.
Where are you going, my pretties?
Staying in character. Yeah.
Yep.
They
just start hobbling over.
Yeah, you hobble over. They do not respond, although the young man does kind of look back and glance at you, but doesn't really react to you.
What do we have here? One that can see and one that cannot.
They're still moving along. The young man is still doing these really exaggerated, bringing his knees up very high and down. And the old man is kind of following along. Still not ignoring you, or still ignoring you, not really answering you.
I'm gonna follow along.
Okay. They're still moving kind of towards the forest.
So our mission was to just get this to the person who is truly blind, right? There was no other info than
That's
that.
it. Nope.
Okay. That's
Give
what
it
I
to the
thought.
man who is truly blind. Was your marching orders.
Truly blind.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna observe their interactions with each other.
Okay. The young man seems to be just egging on the older man, who seems to be very out of breath. He falls every so often. The young man helps him up. The talking is like the young man, and the old man seems to think that he is climbing a mountainous, hard terrain, as the young man is exaggerating his footsteps, making his breath come harder, until we're almost at the top. We'll make it. It's difficult, I know, but we'll make it.
The rate they go, does the top seem to be where the forest starts? Are we like
That's
close
the
to
direction
forest?
they're heading. Now, keep in mind, you're on completely level ground.
Yeah, there. I'm just wondering because you say we're nearly at the top. I was wondering, is the top approximating?
Not really. I mean, it's all level ground. Even the forest doesn't seem to really rise. There's just a dense forest ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, is he pretending that the top is the start of the forest?
Don't know.
Well, the hag looks on and just watches that. How far away are we from the forest?
Oh, you're maybe a good hour away, you judge.
Okay, right. I don't know what the hag is in his mind. I'm more than just getting onto the frost at this point, ignoring them.
All right. So I say everybody's kind of together now. So you're closest, Dion. And again, I mean, the young man knows you're there because he does look back every once in a while. He just doesn't comment or doesn't say anything to you.
And the old man hasn't reacted to anything you've said.
No.
When he looks at me, like, What is his facial expression like?
It's just like he's looking back. You know, he doesn't make eye contact with you, but he looks directly at where you are, and then his eyes just move back. He's just not registering that you're there. Although, I mean, he must know something's there because he keeps looking back at you. He just doesn't make eye contact.
I'm gonna go ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stand in the blind man's way.
Ooh, okay. You stand in the blind man's way, and the blind man occasionally, like I say, he trips and falls. He trips and he falls through you. And the young man helps him up again, and he looks at you. The old man is still kind of like halfway through you, kind of like around where your knees are as he's standing up. The young man meets your eyes this time and says, "What you seek was never here. Now take away your shouting leer, go north." And they vanish.
It was a trick. I go north.
Yeah, let's go north.
All roads lead to Rome.
Okay. So, Bill, with that spectacular failure, you guys continue on.
Okay.
You're going at a normal pace this time, but you're still very winded. Until
Gotcha.
you actually get some rest, you're going to be at like basically a small minus to do things.
Gotcha.
But you continue on, and as you continue north, you get to the edge of the forest, and you're confronted by three giants, very bizarre-looking giants that are in the way of the road that kind of goes through the forest. And it is a clear road. It's like it's been clear-cut, a path through the forest, and the forest itself is very dense otherwise. And the sun is starting to inch across the sky. It's getting darker as you reach there as well. Let's see.
Fellow travelers.
They all wear helmets, kind of the ludicrous Viking, like not the real Viking helmets, like the Viking helmets that have the horns, like from a Wagnerian opera sort of thing, right? They carry enormous circular shields which catch the rays of the setting sun. Two of them stand side by side. One wields a large sword, the other a great axe. Their companion stands centered, but behind them, holding aloft a huge blazing torch, which casts faint shadows before all three of them. And as you approach, well, actually, you're still a little bit away. They're large enough that you see them at a good distance.
Good for them.
Maybe we skirt around this light that they're giving off.
Well, the forest is too dense. So pretty much the path is the only way through, and that is going to be. Yeah, we're pretty much going to counter them.
Are they coming our way or going north?
No, they're standing in front of the path that leads into the forest.
Oh, cool.
As if they were guarding the path.
Let's walk up to them and see what happens.
Before we do that, I just need to look the spell up, just so I know what it does. I'm going to basically... Oh, no. No, it's a part of the time sphere. I have access to it. Oh, actually, I'm casting shield on myself and others.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, am I restricted to only cleric spells because I was a cleric, or do I have access to all spells in my sphere?
Everything in your sphere. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, time is shield is in time, so that's fine.
So as you approach Bill, in a very Wagnerian operatic voice, the two giants that are standing in front of you say, "We are the guardians of the way. We seek the bearers of sight. Who are you? Do you bear the eye?" I cannot do opera, so just imagine opera.
I think I sort of wait for a second, I hold up one finger, and I turn around to my companions. I think he means the amulet.
Or the lamp.
Or the lamp.
We hold both up.
Oh, you hold both up?
Let's do it.
They attack.
They attack?
Yeah. As soon as they see the amulet, they rush forward to attack. At least the
Hell
two
yeah.
that were in front. You instigated this. Roll a d6.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right, I like it.
D6. How about 3?
Oh, okay. Well, apparently, you weren't exactly right next to them, so yeah, you see them charge, but you guys react first.
Okay. I'm gonna cast the spell.
Sure, we should have gone through that. I forgot to ask, but go ahead. What are you gonna cast?
Fireball!
Fireball!
Because there's distance between us. The way that I do this is, well, I'm a hag. So I'm gonna, rip off my robe, grab mud, smear it over my body, and just start swinging my tits in a circle. Just all old school hag shit. And just start chanting
Seeing as they
gobbledygook.
lay about halfway down your midriff, you get some pretty good swing there.
Exactly. I was just full on swamp witching it.
You fire your fireball, and I'm not going to have you roll damage, but instead of it hitting anything in front of you, one of the trees, like off to the left, just bursts into flames. Intense amount of flames. It just crackles and blows apart, but it doesn't affect anyone in front of you.
But did it scare them?
Doesn't seem to. Anyone else?
Damn
I don't know about the enemy, but it scared the shit out of me.
it. Good thing you wore your brown pants.
If I'm willing to do that to a tree, imagine what I'll do to you.
I disbelieve the illusion after that.
Make me an intelligence check.
Yeah, 50-50 shot, baby. Nope, they're still there.
Seems pretty real to you.
I pulled my sword, although mentally I've now made it into a mace.
Mm-hmm. You attacking?
Oh, once I get close enough.
Oh, you can move up, or you can wait for them to close on you. Either one.
I'm going to wait for them to close on us.
Okay. I will let you have your strike as he's coming in then. Anyone else before they close? No? Okay, they close. Go ahead and Galen, you can go ahead and make
Is it a mace? But can I basically treat it as my mace?
It feels like a mace to you. It just looks like a sword.
Is it a +3 mace or a normal mace?
It acts as... Actually, you know what? If you're imposing your will upon it, it's your mace.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Then yeah, cool. Just more, what damage roll do I run? And well, AC 1, damage 7. Whack!
Yeah, you whack one upside the head. Like, ooh, spits out a tooth.
And there's more where that comes from, buddy.
All right. And then they fall upon you. Actually, Bill, what were you going to do? If you were going to wait for them to close too, you can attack as well. Or
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna wait.
you're going to wait.
I
All right.
I'm still unused to the idea of me being able to fling fireballs around.
Okay, Constantine, how about yourself?
You're muted.
Muted.
God damn it, I muted myself. Pardon my language. No cops near?
Nope. Not that you can see.
No
Maybe the
cops,
giants are
just
the
giants.
cops. No idea.
Yeah, they could be giant cops.
I'm just
They're
gonna
legally
look...
obligated to tell us if they're cops.
No. So how many men are in front of me?
Two giants.
I thought there's 3 of them in total, isn't there?
One of them didn't come forward. He's still holding
Okay.
up this burning brand.
Okay.
Well, you know the drill. On guard, fuckface.
Go ahead, make an attack. AC 5, so you'll miss despite the fact that it's a giant. It moves much fleeter of foot than you would imagine. However, their 2 attacks miss you guys as well. So you are in full melee now with 2 giants. The other one is still holding up that burning brand and is casting long shadows from the 2 giants in front of you as the sun's starting to go down. New round. Bill, roll a d6. Is anyone casting on your side?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I am also
I have a
casting on my side.
suspicion too, but I'm going to do my mace instead because that's what I do. Who's rolling on our side, Bill?
Boom, they go first. Okay, so the 2 in front of you. Boom. Miss.
They're getting better.
Well, actually, they seem to be very clumsy with their weapons.
Yeah, but
they
they still
kind
roll
of
higher, so they are getting
Flail about them. The one in the back, has done something you're not sure which. I mean, actually, Galen and Radnar, you're familiar with gestures of the semantic variety. So yeah, he casts some kind of spell. You have no idea what the effects are.
Dion and Radnor.
Yeah, actually, all of you would pretty much know what spell casting looks like. That's their turn. What are you guys doing?
Gainth Mage. No. What else? The spellcasters go first.
Yeah, if you were casting.
Yeah, I was gonna cast Radnor's Dyspeptic Bowels on the nearest one.
Okay.
I want to cast Dispel Magic on the one in the back.
Okay.
Because I was going to do that beforehand, honestly, because I'm like, I don't know why he's just standing there with a torch. Bop!
One actually passes. The other one, there's a small toot. And he looks very embarrassed as he drops his axe and he grabs his pants and he kind of pulls his knees together and he kind of waddles off to the edge of the forest to take a good squat. You're casting Dispel Magic, you say?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I believe that if it's cast by... Okay. The light goes out. And so the shadows that were being cast from behind, or the light casting the shadows over these giants, go out. And you see that they're just two kids holding up like wooden weapons. They still have the armor and the shield, but it's all like very painted up wood.
Wow.
The one is still acting very large, like he's a giant, not knowing what's gone on. And again, that torch the one in the back was holding up has gone out.
I whacked the kid, but good.
Yeah. What did you roll to hit?
No, I hadn't. Sort of seeing that, I'm going to swing. I'm not going to try and hit. I'm just sort of swinging. Oh no, I missed, sort of thing. Because I don't feel like whacking a kid that much more, unless they attack me, in which case all bets are off. But at the moment, I'm pulling my punch. As always.
Okay. Well, anyone else?
Just the Dyspeptic Bowels, and I'm good.
Yeah, the kid has gone off to the side of the forest and is just
Nice.
it's like, oh gosh.
Constantine.
You're still muted.
Here we go.
We're rolling 2d20s.
You're gonna attack the kid? Go ahead, attack the kid.
Oh,
I cast
why are we
Dispel
attacking the kid?
Magic. Well, the
I don't know.
giants
Why are you
are
attacking the
actually
kid?
children. I cast Dispel Magic and dispelled the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
So
Sure, I'll kill the children.
okay, make an attack roll.
I've
Oh,
killed
wow.
kids before. I'll do it again.
Actually,
That's my boy!
not high enough to actually hit the kid.
Hey, man, it's not my day.
Mhm.
Hey, that's fine, though. Not every day is a good day. Dice day.
Okay, so we'll go out of combat just now as the kid strikes with a mighty blow with his cheap wooden axe and cleaves into Constantine. And his axe breaks, of course, because it's made out of brittle wood. And he looks very shocked. He looks down. He's like, "Yeah, why did that not work?" He looks back at his friend in the back, who's now holding the extinguished brand. He just kind of shrugs, like, He's a kid too.
Cause fear.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
I can cause fear pretty easily. If you want me to do it, I'll do it now.
No,
Sounds
no,
like
I'm
you just
casting cause fear.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
get out of here. Run.
Yeah.
Get.
I
I
think
start
he has to
swirling
save.
my titties in a circle again.
Oh, you know what? He
Hooligans,
runs,
get
he,
off
ru-
my
he
lawn.
runs from that, not from the spell. He's like, oh, my eyes!
why did you leave them alive?
They're children.
And?
You get more XP out of them if they're adults.
You farm them, you raise them until they're adults, and then you get the XP.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that, and you don't want witnesses, but whatever. We're not in that bad of a situation.
One kid is taken out, relieving himself of everything he's probably ever eaten in his life, the edge of the wood. The other kid that's still standing in the path to the woods. He's kind of like, actually, he's got the torch between his legs. He's got a little flint and tinder, trying to light the torch again.
Uh,
I
Do
walk
I
past him,
have-
pat him on the head, and continue walking.
do I have a water skin?
Nope.
You can create water.
The only one that has a pouch on them is Bill's character. He hasn't looked into his pouch yet.
Mm.
I'm walking past the kid, patting him on the head as I go. I don't care anymore.
Can I just take the brand as we walk by? Can I just whoop?
Okay. he
Yoink.
kind of he throws a little temper tantrum behind you. He's like, "We are the servants of the prophet of darkness. He resides in the north.
Yeah.
He
Can
sent us to murder the sight bearers. Come back here. Let me murder you."
So this brand.
Yeah.
Can I light it?
Yeah, you can light it.
Like, what happens when I light it?
Nothing.
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 What the fuck did? What?
Also, one
Like-
use magical item.
Yeah, right. One use a day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You hear him in the distance as you just move past him into the woods. That's not fair. I'm supposed to murder you.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm murdered. No.
That's more like it.
Just carry it with me and use it as a torch.
Yes, what you need, because night seems to have fallen very quickly. The forest is benighted. It is very dark as the canopy is very dense in here. The trail does seem to cut through the forest, and but there's very little in the way of moon or starlight. Bill, you are excruciatingly tired, having failed that earlier contest. The rest of you, you don't know when you actually slept last. You're feeling a little fatigued, not supernaturally sure of or anything. You just you're a little tired. You're thinking, I don't know when you actually slept last.
Me neither.
In the distance, you hear corn. When did I eat corn?
I don't even like corn. Maybe we should camp, or you want to keep going?
We can rest. I'm not sure if it's safer to rest on the path or in the forest away from the path. I'm really not sure. I look around. Does it look like there's animals that sort of track around here or anything?
Give me a wisdom check.
Aha. I threw some points into it, so I'm not crap.
And
Fail.
Roll me a d6 as well.
Wisdom is good. D6 is not.
Okay, well, your wisdom tells you that there should be animal tracks. You should see like deadfall, and you're looking around. You should hear insects this time of night, especially with this glowing brand that was been lit here. You hear nothing. You see no tracks. It's very silent in the woods.
We definitely need watches if we're doing any kind of camping.
I feel like we all passed out at the same time every time we fell asleep before, though.
That was because of that Sandman chap.
Oh.
And I didn't fall
Well-
asleep because of the Sandman, because some of us have some sense of ability. So I don't know when I'll sleep.
So what if this is like while we're like setting up camp? I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
discuss.
set up camp here.
So what if this is like a big metaphor, guys? And what if like we're the people who are blind because we don't have any fucking idea what's going on, and we're the ones that need the sight?
What's
Because a
the
lot
metaphor?
of stuff has happened here that isn't adding up, and I feel very in the dark right now. I also have an eye patch, but I can see out of it. Flip it up real quick. Like,
You move it to the other eye.
yeah, well, yeah, because that's what pirates did in the olden days. They'd adjust one eye to dark, and then when it got nighttime, they switched it. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. And then the map says that's written on the map, right? The eye for an eye and is the
Yes.
law of this land. Yeah, I point to
Hmm.
that. I'm like, I don't like all these are like seem to be signs. Like the old man was blind, but we walked through them. They couldn't see us. Like he literally went through my body. Like the kids, we didn't see them for who they were. They were disguised as like giants. Like we're the ones that like aren't able to see things correctly, I feel. And I hand the amulet to Galen. And a chance of maybe this will just
So as you're talking, Bill, there's a small black form, like a shadow, detaches itself from the woods closest to you, and it's slowly drifting your way. It looks like a shadow cast by something very small, like a young child, or perhaps what comes to your mind is perhaps like a halfling. It's just kind of moving towards you very slowly.
Oh my god, scramble shakes.
Bill's the only one that sees it just yet,
Mhm.
while the rest of you are just talking there.
Bill is muted.
Yep, he is.
Runs in the family. What I will look at this thing that's floating up to me that no one else can see and ask it what it wants.
It gets close to you, and again, it looked like the outline of just a small child. And it's moving really slowly. It lifts up its very little hand, its very little finger, and it's coming towards you. And it goes to boop you on the nose.
Does anything happen? Do I feel anything? Does it?
You feel a freezing, burning sensation in your face as you lose 5 hit points.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it knows that it's hurt you, or maybe it doesn't care. It boops you on the nose and it pulls its hand back, and it waits for a minute and starts extending the finger again to boop you on a shoulder.
I will hold my hand up in an attempt to get it to cease.
Okay.
I'm sorry that hurts. Can I do something for you?
It hits your hand and you take 6 points of damage as your hand feels like it's gone through like it's so cold it feels like it's on fire.
Okay.
For those who are not watching, he's rolling D20 for this damage. By the way.
Okay, you guys hear you hear Radnar talking to something, and you all turn around. You see this little shadow. It's like a shadow of a child, and you look around. You don't see an actual child, although it's pretty dark where Radnar is standing.
I light the magic lamp with
Okay.
the brand.
The little shadow kind of flinches. Its little hands move to cover its eyes, and it kind of floats back just a little bit. Like, so even with the light full on it, it just looks like the black silhouette of a child. Like it doesn't lighten anything, but it seems to not like the light as it backs off just a little bit. So it's got one hand over its face, it's reaching forward with its fingers again towards you, Bill.
I shine the lamp full force at it.
I step back.
Okay, you step back as comes forward with this burning brand. Just pushing it right into the shadow. The little shadow child wails as if it's badly hurt. It extends its arms out to you and says, "Daddy, Mommy, it hurts."
Well, stop doing that then.
I just keep the magic lamp and the brand in front of me.
Okay, it backs off as it continues to cry as it goes into the forest. Mommy burned me with a cigarette.
Who are you?
It just kind of fades into the tree line.
Okay.
I think it's gone. So
Oh,
maybe
I
we
can't
should
afford to keep losing
try
hit
and,
points.
try and set watches. Yeah, that might be a good idea for us if something's gonna poke us to death.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are setting watches, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. It's already dark, so who's on first watch?
I'll go first watch.
Okay, roll me d6.
You're the really tired one. You probably shouldn't.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
are
yeah,
tired.
but this way I can get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, done.
He's betting the action's going to happen on later shifts. Roll me d6. A 2. You see some movement in the trees around you, but nothing really happens as you tag in the second person. Who's the second person?
All right.
Galen.
Galen, your second person. Roll a d6.
Two.
Galen, on your watch, you do notice some movement in the forest as well. And then the longer you stare, the more that you realize that the entire forest is covered with these shadow beings. Like they're all over the trees, they're in the boughs, they're on the trunks, they're just everywhere.
Hmm. Ah. Interesting. Oh, that's annoying. I'm looking through the list of spells that time deals with.
Mm-hmm. And occasionally in the distance, you hear, Mama, Daddy.
All right. Well, on this, they seem to be starting to make a move towards us.
Okay. As you tag in the third person who's got the last shift.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. As you're tagged in to wake up, since Galen already noticed the creatures, as you tag in, you notice that they start to kind of tighten their circle around you. Some of them are coming in just at the edges of the campfire light that you set. You see some of them are kind of going around to the darkest parts of your camp. I'm going to roll a die here. Of course it's Bill. Bill's further away from the fire. One of them's kind of sneaking up on Bill. He's got both hands extended with his fingers out like this.
We see this?
Yep. It's aiming for Bill's nostrils. Like it's
I
gonna put his fingers into
completely
his nose.
take the magic lamp that's lit and just beat it right across the face.
Nice.
The shadow just wails, Mommy! As it backs off.
Stop your crying or I'll give you something to cry about.
So this seems to have caused the wail of the shadow is bringing more of them out, and just like they start to descend into your camp.
One thing I noticed the time sphere can do is protection from creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Some, many, most, all. It also does protection from evil and taking me with 10-foot radius. So if we do protection from shadow creatures,
well, you could do that. I'm gonna
whack them with some light. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna cast daylight.
Oh,
is that a thing?
Is it?
I don't know. What sphere are you? Are you energy?
He's time like me.
I'm time.
No, not in your repertoire. Yeah.
No. What about turn undead?
That is.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Could I turn undead?
Roll it.
Oh, how does that work again, Galen? I know you have it up, right?
Oh, you're a really huge level bloodman cleric now, aren't you?
Yeah. What level is your mortal cleric?
It's a number. It's a big one.
Yeah. It is a big one. You
12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just like all of the shadows just burst as like light is like bursting out from the middle of them, going out, consuming the shadows. So at level 12, on the chart, it's just D's all the way across, which means it's destroyed.
The way I do this, I'm just dancing naked around the fire.
They're like, my eyes!
Swinging those boobies around.
Yep, swinging the boobies. Swamp witch in action.
Oh, I mean, but statistically, there's probably a few of them that are like, right before they go boom. Yeah, well, that did it. The forest seems to be
I think you need to be
relatively
like
quiet.
level 20 to get D's across the road, but it's high enough for whatever these
Yeah.
things are.
Oh, 11 plus was D's across the board.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at the table I
Oh,
was
yeah.
looking at.
Oh, no. D, 11, 12, your D's till you get to vampire and above.
Oh, you have a
Vampire, haunt,
bigger
spirits.
you have a bigger one than me. I'm looking at the OSC one.
It's page 21 on the Immortals book.
Oh, okay.
Cleric level, you have to get up. Yeah, you can get up to like 30s. In your cleric
But
level.
more than enough to get rid of these.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you want to get D's across, even at 36, you still have to. You're just turning liches and specials. You're not destroying them.
Beautiful.
Okay. This does seem to cause a problem, though. As you've destroyed all these creatures, it's almost like, like the moon in the distance and everything just seems to stop. The wind that was moving just seems to stop. And then suddenly it goes from being night to full bright dawn. And the forest is gone. And you're in the middle of a desert.
Is it a black desert?
Yes. Sand is
Oh.
black, comprised of dark, tiny pellets like black snow or hail. Has this texture and sound of like styrofoam. It's like crunches under your feet.
What?
That's the next part after the frost. If you look at the map here, you notice the Black Desert is in fact the next part of it. We need to continue going north to the home of the Prophet. I don't know if the Prophet is the one who is blind or whatever, but it's something on the map we can make our way towards.
Yeah, it's just a flat, endless plain of this black styrofoam-like desert.
Okay. But it's daytime now.
It's full daytime.
Is there
No
anything off?
Suddenly everything's gone. In the distance, you see like there's a big dust cloud. Way in the distance, miles away.
I'm sure it doesn't mean anything. It's fine.
Does seem to be headed in your direction.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. This is fine. Okay. Well, I guess we let everybody finish up resting, and I was the last watch, so
Okay.
So north. This,
Yeah.
whichever way that is.
Okay. You head north. It's hours and hours of walking, and though it's not really sand beneath your feet, it seems to have the same issues. You all are starting to feel very thirsty. None of you have water on you, except for possibly Radnar, who again has this sack that's at his waist.
Yeah, I probably have some.
hey, what's in your sack?
Would you like to see what's in my sack?
I would love to see what's in your sack.
I'll
baby.
show him what's in my sack.
Oh,
You open your sack, you reach
Christmas
in,
is
you pull
coming
out,
early.
you pull out like a pound of just raw meat that's got maggots crawling out of it.
Oh, perfect. I eat a maggot.
This is not what I was hoping to find.
Very nutritious. Guys, it's a hunk of raw meat that you've been carrying around long enough that maggots have developed.
Well, I will leave it somewhere.
No, you gotta hold on to it. What if something really important comes up and you need a hunk of rotten meat?
Would you like to carry it?
Yeah?
Okay, here you go. Happy birthday, man.
Can I have your sack to hold it in?
No, I need my sack. You'll have to find your own.
I put it between my titties.
It just falls to the ground.
You could like tie them around it.
I'm gonna examine the meat. I don't know. What kind of meat is this? I know it's rotten, but like
Yeah, you really don't know. It's not got the consistency of like pork or beef. It's certainly not fish. You're not exactly sure.
Dion's
long
examining
pork?
my meat.
is it long pork?
You've probably seen human flesh. No, it doesn't seem to be human flesh either.
Okay. We should keep it just in case. I'm gonna take it with us.
So everybody, go ahead and make me con checks, please, as you're all starting to feel dehydration.
Oh no!
Alright.
That's all right.
Probably not great for
I'm
me.
not too
but
worried
whatever.
about it.
Oh,
Hey,
Galen's the only one that failed. Okay, Galen. Yeah, so you're going to be at minuses until you can take some time to cool down and get some water into you. But
So I do that. You
okay.
said I had a scabbard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, somehow water, as in created water, pours out of my scabbard.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you take a break, you douse yourself. The water keeps coming out because I think it's gallons that you produce.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
several gallons of water.
Yeah. So if you want to catch any of the water and anything you have, you can. So all of you are drinking up. Rehydrated.
I deliberately didn't cast it on the desert itself because I don't trust it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so no, this is fine. This rehydrates everybody. And as you're doing this, you notice that enormous dust cloud that's in the far distance is getting closer.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't mean anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Doesn't mean anything. All right.
Let's continue on in the direction of north. Which is also
Yep.
the direction the dust cloud is heading from towards you. So yeah, hours more go by with that good drenching you had with the water. Though you're not really running or anything, so it's okay. You are able to start to make out some details in that dust cloud, though. It seems like it's an enormous army of people, untold thousands, marching in great columns in your direction. But in the vanguard, in the front of them, are 4 cyclists. They're motorcycles at the head of the column. They're wearing jean jackets, black leather pants, World War II era helmets.
Hey, if we're not allowed to break character, you're not allowed to break character.
all right. Which one's pestilence?
I'm thinking
They're
are these
still at a fair
Nazis?
distance. Like you're just making this out on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm wondering, are they Nazi cyclists?
Damn time traveling Nazis. Radnar, any ideas of how to deal with a dust storm?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if we had one of those like little, I don't know, interdimensional spaces you could just rip out of somewhere, and like we could climb up in that and just wait until they were all gone.
Or hear me out. Stone to mud. Would that affect dirt? Would that affect a dust storm?
No,
Would we turn
not
that
really,
into a mud storm?
It would not.
Oh.
When they get closer, we can simply make it that they can't see anything and stuff and not turn around. In fact, there's a wee spell in the time sphere called Death Spell. I wonder what that does. But no, there's darkness, so if need be.
Okay,
But
so you
until they
continue
get
forward,
closer.
and they
Yeah.
continue closer to you. And at some point, the riders kind of ride out towards you, and yeah, you can tell that the riders are all blind. They have just oozing sockets that are oozing blood out of them, empty sockets in their eyes. The first one yells out, "I can feel their presence. I feel the warmth of their life churning to the pleasant cold of death within my steel grasp." Another one says, "I can hear them. I can hear the air rustling through their dry, rotting corpses. And I can smell them. They reek of the life they bear and of the certain death we bring." And the last one, "I can taste them. I can taste their blood. Ride!" As they pull out motorcycle chains, start swinging in the air as they veer towards you.
Oh, this is easy.
Bible.
I was thinking mass dyspeptic bowels.
Oh, that too. You know.
Yeah. All right, D6. Actually, no, you guys can have a round. They're not that close to you yet, and they're riding forward. So if this happened at a distance, if you guys want to do something first, go ahead.
Apparently he is.
Mass dyspeptic bowels on the leaders.
Okay.
Um.
All right. All but one of them passed, and the one that doesn't pass doesn't have the effect that you thought it would. He doesn't seem to be dismayed in the least bit as he starts vomiting forth like crawling insects out of his mouth.
That did not go like I expected.
Yep. Anyone else?
Yeah. I'm gonna do create water. And I'm gonna cast it on Galen's scabbard again. And I want to try and like fire hose water into the sand so that they
You want to
like.
soak the sand in front of you? Absolutely. You can.
Yeah, so if they try to
I
like.
like it. I like it.
Have you ever seen what happens when you take styrofoam and get it wet?
Don't they like dissolve?
Yeah, they kind of dissolve and they float for a bit too, and that's what's going on. Yeah. So, and the places that dissolve, like you can see right through it, and there's nothing out. There's nothing below it, but just like a void. It's just a black, empty space.
Okay, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a good line in front of us, not a circle, but I'm just doing a good line in front of us and kind of step back a bit.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
Protection from evil radius.
Okay. Within the line that you've drawn, maybe?
Well, it's a radius around us, so it's just,
Okay. All right. I don't. Constantine doesn't have spells, so I guess that's all before they ride into you. Now, what's going to go on is the riders are going to try and leap the gap to land on your side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be their action.
But then they hit the barrier of protection from evil and get bounced into the.
No, it just
The
means
one
they
of them
get-
that is
just means they have negatives and
vomiting
stuff.
out all these insects does not make the leap, and his bike tumbles into the void. And you see, like when the bike and the rider fall into the void, it's just like there's like static, like I was gonna say like old timey. If you turn to a TV channel that's not tuned right, it's just a bunch of static. You don't see that anymore though. So, I'm just dating myself. But yeah, the writer just kind of discolors and goes all staticky and is just gone.
Oh, there's that thing I can't remember. The book. There's the sky is the color of the TV.
Yeah,
the
Gibson.
channel.
Yeah, which very
and
much
these
dates
days
that
people
book.
have no idea what that looks like.
Exactly. Yeah, the sky was the color of a television set tuned to a dead channel. That's the opening line.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that means either it's a blue or a black screen.
Enchanted, constructed, or summoned creatures can't attack us. That's what protection from evil will do.
Okay. The three cyclists that make it over, they're kind of just doing circles around you, waving their chains. Their action was to do the leap, though, so they can't attack yet. So let's go into... Well, you don't necessarily have to go into initiative. So what do you want to do? So Galen has cast this circle of protection around you guys. They can't really attack you. At least you don't think they can.
Yeah.
Turn undead.
You want to try that again?
Yeah.
They're not undead. Like you can actually see blood seeping from their empty eye sockets. They're not dead.
Oh.
There's a lot they could be. Skeleton, zombie, ghoul, white wraith, mummy, spectre, vampire, phantom, haunt, spirit, nightshade, lich. That's all you can touch.
None of those things.
Yeah. It's a pity that we lost the fourth one because we otherwise should all get bikes. Someone has to ride shotgun if we want to get bikes.
Yeah. So yeah, they do like whip out their chains and they're just not able to attack you, but they are like driving around you. What do you want to do?
Create water and as they during their little circle just in front of them. Ooh.
I tell you what, if you want to do that and just like make it so that there's like no room for their bikes to go around you, eventually, yeah, they do all fall down into this void that's below you, like unscripted space as they hit it and they are just dissolved.
One of them falls. This wasn't in the script.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that gets rid of the riders, but that horde of people are still marching in your direction. Thousands.
Oh, they've still got to cross the. I mean, they have to go around the gaps.
Mhm.
How
You guys
far
just want to
are
wait until they
they?
pass?
We could just move quickly and just stay ahead of them and go. Do we see anything north? Is there any sign of anything north that we're aiming for?
Not yet. There's so many of these bodies blocking the horizon that you really can't see past them.
Are they all around us?
They're just in a big line, just all the way across the front.
Oh, are they from the north?
Yes.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, they're heading towards you, coming from the north.
Are any of us in the energy sphere? I can't remember. Because they have fly.
I'm time, you're time. Bill, I think, is energy.
We'll see
Right?
matter. What are you?
Or
Are you
you-
energy or matter?
Yeah, I think so.
So as you guys are just kind of waiting around to see what happens, you guys are starting to hear some chanting coming from, and they're getting a little clearer now. So what you're seeing is there's like the line in front, the ones behind them have their hand on the shoulder of the one in the front, and the ones behind them have their hand on their shoulder. It looks like they're all blind. And they are all like chanting as they go. And it's almost like an army chant as they're just taking up this territory. It's like, where do we go? We don't know. Off to war, we'll go far. The darkness is clear, and our gaze is a leer at the innocence of the world.
Well, it's no we will rock you. No?
Is there someone there's one of them that's like ahead leading, or
There's a whole line in the front, but they're all blind too. They all have just gaping holes where their eyes should be. There's blood streaming down their faces. They don't seem to pay any attention to you, but like they're poised to just like run right over where you are.
move around
That's-
them?
It's not so much around. I think it's sort of like really wide across there.
Oh,
So wide, can't go around it, as
Yep.
they say. Well, actually, what you could potentially do, depending on what we just create an island that we somehow have to get off afterwards. We just could create an island
Yep.
around that.
If you guys just want to wait, that's what happens. Is they don't really try to avoid you. They don't see you there, so the part of the line, the wall that moves forward, just falls into that gap, and they just keep falling in. They keep being dissolved until it just all goes right by you. And then that's it. They're past as they continue to chant and move across the desert.
We are terrible people.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't think any
Wow.
of these people are real, so I don't feel too bad about it.
I'm
I'm gonna feel bad if
they
they were.
Oh well, northwards.
Mhm.
Well, all of you got to leap over that trench that you've created, unless you have some other way to do it.
I cast fly.
That's good for you.
I carry everyone one at a time.
Okay. So you what? Roll me a d6.
Okay. Boop. 3.
While you're in the air, you see to the north in the direction that you're heading. There's just a solitary man just kind of walking through the desert. He's kind of whistling a tune to himself, and he kind of looks up at you in the air, waves.
I wave back. I wave my titties.
Is wearing very dressed oddly, dressed like a mechanic. He's wearing like a onesie overall. He's ridiculously tall. He's like 7-8 feet tall, and he's wearing this tall, pointy purple hat. There's like imprints of half moon stars and strange sigils all over it.
Oh, Ragnar, I found your brother.
His mechanic overalls have like a little patch on it. You can't read it from this distance, but it's got a little patch on it. He's got like tools on his belt. He's got like a big wrench that he's got on his shoulders as he's walking across the desert.
Well, this guy can't be that bad. Let's go say hi.
Hmm.
Once I get everybody over
Yes, move everyone over.
the void.
Ragnar's strangely heavy for a slight-looking man.
I could assist him by levitating, couldn't I?
Yeah.
But you won't. You won't.
Yeah, fly is energy, I think, so you could have cast it anyway. So, let alone, I think you've got fly naturally.
So as the man gets a little closer, he looks out at you guys. It's still full day outside, but it seems to be just like something like a shadow has kind of moved over everything. And you look up though, but you don't see anything that could be obscuring the sun. It just seems to get just a little darker all of a sudden. He kind of waves his hand and says, "Hello, hello,
Hello.
everything all right with you?" As
Hey
he's
there.
walking forward.
Oh, you see us?
Oh, of course.
Oh, well, you're the first.
Well, I mean, everyone else here is blind, so that would make sense.
I don't think they're truly blind.
No, they got no eyes.
Yeah.
Even so, they can still sense.
Yeah, other than his
Yeah.
his creepy tallness, and he's kind of slender as well. He looks perfectly normal. And the little patch that's on his mechanic's overall says "The Prophet of Darkness."
Oh, the prophet of darkness.
Mhm.
Right.
Kind of, you're expecting it to say like Bob or Cliff or something, but no, it's the Prophet of Darkness.
I love it. Nice hat.
Thank you.
Where'd you
You all
get it?
look thirsty.
We could do with some sustenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I had a filled canteen of water. And a filled canteen of water just shows up in his hands. And a similar canteen of water shows up in all of your hands.
Ooh.
Takes the top off, and there's like it's cold, and starts drinking it down.
I smell it.
Cool.
Does it smell like nothing?
It smells like cool, clean water.
Okay. I take a sip.
Cool, clean water.
I just start chugging it.
Yeah, I've been drinking already, so.
He kind of just he goes to like sit down, and then suddenly there's like one of these these seats that have like the padding, but then it's just like a single leg that comes down, right? It just kind of appears under him, and he sits down. And he wipes off his head. He takes off that hat, wipes off his head, puts it back on. Whew. Well, I'm the Prophet of Darkness. At least that's what they call me around here. Who are you all?
Good question.
Excellent question.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Next question.
scripted. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Shh. I tell him.
Oh, don't worry. They're not listening right now. This is my domain. I mean, those that I serve are very powerful supernatural forces that rule most of this world and many others. But I'm in charge here, so they give it all a pass. Don't you worry. You can break character just fine. So who are you all?
I don't know.
I've heard the name Galen. And he seems to keep calling himself. We seem to keep calling him Radnor. I think that's Stolty.
Who?
That's you.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Huh.
I will be honest, I have no clue who I am. I wish I knew.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Not only are you not scripted. Oh, okay. Well, look, I don't mean you any harm at all. I've got some strange powers here. I rule over the giants and the shadow children, and most of the other things that are going on here. But I'm kind of the producer of this area. Is anyone harmed? I can take care of that if you need.
I point to Radnar. He got poked by those shadow kids.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish I were healed. And when he says that, you assume maybe he's got a scratch on him or somewhere. But likewise, Bill, you are healed.
Now, why does it affect other people when you wish it on yourself?
Sure.
Oh, because everything here is me.
Everything.
Oh,
Yeah, everything here is
Oh,
me. Even
you?
you.
Oh, nice.
even me?
Even you.
Does that mean like if I throw up, you throw up?
No, but if I threw up, you'd throw up.
Oh.
Do it. Cast a spell.
You and your floppy titties just stay out of it, okay?
Fine, I'll do it. I cast Radnor Suspected Bowels.
He said,
No,
I wish you wouldn't. And you
no, I
don't.
won't.
Yeah.
Oh, clever. Clever. Well,
Do you know
could
anyone around here who's truly blind?
Oh yeah. There's further to the north. There he's one of my prisoners. It's a casting issue. I'm not exactly sure what he's supposed to be doing here, much like you folks.
wait,
Yeah.
one person?
Well, we need to all get together and we'll sort it out.
Oh, well, is there anything else I can do for you? I can help you along your way. Do you need any provisions? I mean, you got a long way to go.
If you could, it wouldn't be mind having some transport.
Oh, yeah, I wish I had a nice Jeep.
What's
Nice
a
Jeep
Jeep?
appears underneath him, and a Jeep appears underneath each one of you.
There we go.
Oh, can I make an odd request?
Sure.
I like having a little bit something that's not too conspicuous, and technically speaking, it's not illegal to own one of these, as it's technically legalized as a hunting weapon. Can I have some kind of crossbow or bow?
Oh, sure. I mean, I wish I had a nice sporty little crossbow myself. And he has
Yeah!
one, and you have one.
I'll
Is
ask.
there anything as aspects of you that we can do for you?
Oh, no, not until we figure out how you work into the script, anyway.
Can you tell me
you had
what? Can you tell me what role I'm supposed to be playing right now?
Oh,
I'm
see, I don't
really
know that either.
digging- you don't know?
You're not in the scripts. The writer hasn't sent me anything. I don't actually know what you're doing here.
Oh,
It's not
who do I
it's a
look
good
like?
editor. That's what you need for a script. I'm no one. It's good.
Oh, well, you look like the hag, but the hag's not due for another 4 scenes.
Oh. So her name's just the Hag?
Well, yeah, this the hag
Yes.
and the scholar and the servants.
Oh.
I mean, you're wearing you went to wardrobe, obviously, but you're not in the script yet.
I woke up like this.
Interesting. Well, I really hate it when they get the writers in and they make changes and they don't tell me. It's really just a mess. Just a mess.
I agree. So we're
But
gonna
look,
go...
I've got to deal with some scenery. There's some problems in the scenery. And, it points back in the direction that you came from. I got to fix some scenery. Is there anything else I can help you along your way with? I mean, I'd be glad to help any way that I can. You got transportation. You got a weapon.
Why are you so helpful if you're a prophet of darkness?
Well, that's what the script says. So, that's my title here.
Oh.
I create the darkness, all the blind people. It's very dark for them.
What's the sand?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to ask the set constructors. I think it's made of styrofoam or something like that. Painted styrofoam.
I turned the Jeep on. Thank you. I just start driving. Like, I can't cope with this guy now.
We'll be seeing you in Act 3.
What act are we in now?
2. That's it. Yeah. Unless anyone else want to ask him of anything, or otherwise, you drive off to the north.
I just took my Jeep and left. They can all ask if he wants. Once he told me it was styrofoam, I'm like, God damn it. Okay.
Yeah, you know what all these terms are. Like, you even know what this Jeep is. You don't know how you know that, but you do know that.
I just imagine it was
Yeah.
when I said, "What's a Jeep?" It like clicked at that moment. I'm like,
Mhm. It's like, oh, yeah. So as the first light of day, because it's gone from being that kind of overcast to full light of day again. It stretches over the desert. As you're looking across the northern horizon, there lies an enormous building. It rises story after story after story, towering into the sky. Even at this distance, its architecture is distinct. It's an enormous parking garage. You know what a parking garage is? The sides of the structure are a little distorted, at once a little rubbery and gelatinous in appearance, as if the entire building were somehow constructed of bloated flesh.
oh.
The color is equally strange. At one moment, the garage appears black, the next it's white. In seconds, another spectacle appears. Rising wraith-like from the top of the building, the dark, shadowy form of a man looms into the sky till it blots out the sun. With painful slowness, the enormous shadow detaches itself from the building, arms outstretched. As if to embrace you, it folds itself forward, bending towards the desert floor, merging into the blackness of the sand. All of you roll me intelligence rolls, except not you, Constantine. You weren't here for that episode. So,
Yay, 16.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Those of you that succeed, I don't know if Bill succeeded yet or not. The shadow and its physique reminds you a lot of the character that called himself the Sandman back in Casablanca.
Yeah.
Oh. Did we kill that motherfucker?
I think he's like us. I mean, we sort of can't really talk to each other at the moment with Jeeps, but he's like us in that he can probably just come into the. He just probably his form just dissolves for a while, and we can potentially reform it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it's kind of rolling towards you over the desert towards your Jeeps. It's kind of thinned itself out, so it's like really thin, almost paper thin, kind of coming at you. You see its leering face as it's coming towards you. What do you want to do?
God. You made of sand?
It's made of shadow, you think, or something dark. It almost looks like voluminous, like cloth, as it stretched itself out, coming towards you.
I feel like we should just have like a bright light to blast them with.
Well, we have headlights on the Jeeps.
I turn the headlights on because I suddenly remember how.
And if you happen to put some of your force in behind the light.
Yeah, could I do that? Could I like super LED blast my headlights?
You turn on the headlights of the Jeep? Sure. If you just do it, yeah. So the lights kind of cut through the blackness and kind of like make holes in it. And so I see you do the same when you see this is happening. So you turn on your Jeep lights and it creates holes in it as well.
Oh, there's lights.
Yep. But first you'd have to unmute yourself to be able to say anything. So, Bill.
What'd I do?
No, apparently nothing. All right, so you two turn on the lights of your cars, and
honk on a bit to get their attention.
Do we all have separate cars? I thought we were riding in the same.
No, you all have separate Jeeps.
We're all in separate Jeeps.
Well, I'm definitely turning my lights on.
Yeah. So you hear the form of the Sandman kind of laugh again as it just rises into the sky as your beams kind of cut holes through it, and it just keeps going up and up and up. And then just like a little explosion, like a firework, and you hear it laughing as it kind of dissolves. And you
See
find
you
yourself
next
driving into this meaty seeming parking garage.
Oh, do you still have your hunk of meat?
Yes.
Does it look like put your hunk of meat into this hunk of meat? See if they do anything interesting together.
Put it
They
where?
might interact. They might interact
With who?
with this. We're in a meat parking garage.
Oh, I pull out my hunk of meat.
Okay, and what do you do with it?
Is there like a hole that says insert meat here?
No, the whole parking garage just seems to be made of gelatinous meat.
Is there like there's like a chunk ripped out anywhere?
Not to
No.
see. Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
once we get to the jail
touch
cell or
it.
whatever.
I'm gonna touch
with the meat?
my meat to their
Okay.
meat.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
that's my meat that you have.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
touch the meat with Radnar's meat.
So the maggots in your piece of meat start streaming out.
Oh.
Hundreds of them. You didn't know there were so many in your little hunk of meat.
There's a lot.
And the oozing flesh of the parking garage starts to fade and disappear until only steel and concrete remain.
Oh, we did something.
Now it looks like a very normal parking garage after all the maggots have just eaten away all the meat.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, good on us. Good for us.
Told you it'd come in handy.
Here, let me see if I can screenshot.
Do I
this.
still have the hunk of meat in my hand, or does it?
You do,
dissipate?
although it is now maggot free.
Is it like
Ooh.
still rotten?
I never said it was rotten before. Just that it was full of maggots.
Oh, I thought you said it was rotten.
Well, generally when something is full of maggots, it may be rotten.
This is
So
why you
it's
didn't
fine,
have
like we can
purify.
make burgers now or something.
Say that again.
We
Sorry.
could like make burgers now or something. Look so bad.
Oops. Oh, darn it.
This is why you didn't cast purify food. So we drive around looking for the blind man.
Ooh.
Well, the person who was truly blind.
There. That's what the parking garage looks like.
Yep, I've never seen a parking garage before, of course.
Mhm. All right.
But somehow
Wow.
we know that's what it is.
People are really bad at parking.
Yeah.
So as you again, this is a multi-tier, multi-leveled parking garage, and you're coming in at the
Mhm.
ground level, basically. And as all the meat dissolves, and the parking garage just turns to steel and concrete as normal, you hear the sound of jingling far above you, the little tinkling of bells, followed by an anguished wail.
It's reverse Santa Claus.
That does sound good. I'm gonna head towards the whale.
Krampus?
Yeah, I will too.
Okay, so you got. How do you want to get up there? It's several
Right.
levels tall. Yeah,
Is
do
there
you
an
want to just
elevator?
run up the ramps?
Is there an
Well, can we
elevator?
Well,
drive
there,
up?
yeah. So there's that little. Yeah, you can drive up. You still have your jeeps. You can just drive
Yeah.
up the
Do
levels
it.
if you want.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Come
Um,
boy.
As you drive up the ramps, the first level up, second level is fine, but then you start hearing the revving of motors, and a lot of these cars that are just kind of slotted into their bays start to reverse to ram you as you're going up. So I want each one of you to make me a dex check, please, to
Oh,
avoid
geez.
being rammed, as you are all in your own individual jeeps.
Told you we
It's
should have
still
done
not
the
good for me.
elevator.
50-50, baby. Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, you are in jeeps. As you are rammed by these cars, so who succeeded, if anyone?
The only
Caleb.
one who always has the driving character is fine. My character does the driving, and my character does the driving well. Doesn't matter what the game is or what the system is, I'm the one that does the driving.
Okay, Dion, you take 11 points of damage as the car rams you. I want you to roll me a D8, please.
One.
Okay, and roll a D6.
One.
Okay, you are hit and launched from the car. You're going to take a total of 12 points of damage as you get a little bit of road rash as you go tumbling as your Jeep is just slammed, and actually your Jeep goes over the edge of the car part and falls to the level below. You weren't in it, and you didn't take much damage. Next up,
Well,
Bill.
wait, you said, oh, I took
Yeah,
one
you're good.
damage on top of the 11.
Yeah, so 12 total.
Okay.
Bill, you take 9 points of damage as you are rammed by a car.
All right.
Please roll me a d8, please.
All right.
Okay, and roll 2d6.
Ooh.
15 points of damage. You go skidding and lose a lot of skin on the concrete as your Jeep is also knocked down and it falls several levels to the ground.
Okay.
And lastly, Constantine, take 9 points of damage. Roll me a d8. Oh, roll 6d6.
Oh, damn.
Oh my gosh. So 28
Damn.
points of damage. You go skidding, losing a great deal of flesh. You roll head over heels. You slam into like one of these concrete stanchions. You rolled 1-6 in there. You break your arm as you ram into it as well. Are you still alive? I would imagine so.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah,
great deal of
muted.
hit points. Yeah, you're hold on.
He's muted.
Fucking.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. You should be fine. You have a ton of hit points at this level. But yeah, you have a broken left arm at this point as well. Galen does this little bootlegger curve. The car that juts out to try and hit him misses him entirely and flies off the end of the ramp, and it just descends and falls several down. As Galen, do you want to continue to power up to the top, or you see your friends got thrown
I'm
from their
going
car?
to go back and pick them up.
Okay,
Clear
Galen stops
the
the
way,
Jeep,
guys.
like, get in.
Yeah, get in, clear the way while I drive.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on floor 3. You've got 2 more floors to get up, and the same thing. So
Oh,
next floor up, Galen's driving, but do any of you want to assist him? As the same thing is happening, the cars that are parked has tried to ram you as you're trying to weave your way up. You've got this level and one more to get to the roof. So Galen is driving.
Ooh.
What are the rest of you
Yeah.
doing to help?
I mean, you can probably just like magic missile the cars that start moving or something, try and push them out of the way or something. I don't know.
Anyone?
Nothing.
You don't actually see drivers. They all have tinted windows.
Apparently, no one's doing anything because they're all really useless.
Okay, no one's
I'm
doing
like-
anything then.
Well, I'm like trying to think what the heck I can do.
Do say what you want to do, and we'll work out what your character does.
Well, I remember Radnar did this. I'm gonna try it on the concrete, stone to mud.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. I tell
Not
you
under
what.
our car, hopefully.
Yeah.
No, like
Um,
around us, like on
Yeah.
the sides.
Roll a d8.
D8. Boop. 7.
Okay.
Nice.
That stops 7 of the cars. They're leaving 2 cars that can possibly ram you. Anyone else want to try and take care of those? Otherwise, we'll leave it up to a check on Jameis.
I got 50-50 chance, baby.
Constantine, use your crossbow and shoot out a tire.
It's a good one.
Sure. I
Okay.
don't have all the stats, but I can
Just
try
make
and
me
hit.
just make me an attack roll.
Magic
D20.
missiles on the other tires?
That works too. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you take out one. Magic missile's automatic. You don't have to roll for it. Constantine hits. It's enough damage to pierce a tire. So you get it. So you pass one more floor. You've got one more floor to get through.
How does
there
AC
are-
14 hit?
It's a tire. Yeah.
Okay, one more floor, guys.
I'm assuming that he's got some bonuses into that. So
Probably at this point, you'd hope so.
there's only one car blocking your passage on this floor, but it's a huge steaming diesel dump truck. And as you're coming up, you hear the eat, eat, eat as it's opening its back, and there's just a bunch of garbage that starts spilling out of it. Anyone that wants to try and help Galen get around this? Otherwise, Galen's going to have to do some fancy maneuvering to not get covered in filth.
How can I help?
You tell me. It's a big
I-
garbage truck that's just disgorging its back into the road.
If we can do this cinematically, with
Mhm.
both of you cast fireball, it explodes and we drive right through the explosion. It looks fantastic.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I tell you what. I want both of you to roll me d20s. Just
Right.
both of you roll d20s.
D28.
Oh, that's not good. Roll higher.
That's
I
fine.
can't.
Bill, d20.
I'm attempting to. Here we go.
7. Okay, I just seen if you guys rolled ones.
Okay.
So they go off, and yeah, very cinematic, as you were saying, and it seems like the law of physics seems to agree with cinematic being cool. So the fireballs launch off, and your car somehow there's not even a ramp there. The car just leaps over the dump truck. I need you to land it well, though. So it's going to be a dex check to land it well.
I'm least worried
God,
about
I'm
that.
not making it.
No, it's
Yeah, I'm
just the
making
driver. It's Galen.
Does
Fail.
this Jeep have a roll cage?
Yeah, so it hits and you make it, but your Jeep does not.
Yeah.
Undercarriage falls out. Your Jeep is dead in the ground. You just got to go up one more ramp though to get to the top. You've already passed everything else you need.
Yeah,
Your
off we
Jeep
go.
is toast, so you guys are gonna have to hoof it to get to the
Start
top.
running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just here for the cinematic, baby.
So at the top level, the very top level, it's open to the sky. There's no cars up here, but at the end of the drive stands the Prophet of Darkness again, wearing his mechanic's overalls and wizard's hat. Glad you can make it, he shouts as he smiles. There's a man with mottled gray flesh kneeling before him, wearing a shredded tunic. As he turns his face, you notice that he has no eye. His eyes have no pupil. They're just pure white.
Hello. Who's got the amulet?
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, so he leans down to the man that he's holding, and you hear him say, "Kill now!" And the prophet releases him, and he starts legging it to the back end of the garage or the top floor here, and you see that the person that he's released starts to like bubble up, and then he divides and it divides again like some kind of amoeboid creature. What do you guys do?
Oh.
There's so many things we could do. It's a problem as well. Decision paralysis. Haste to get the amulet to the person.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Can we give him the amulet?
Cast haste first.
Yeah, I'll cast haste.
Okay, you cast haste. Bill, what are you doing? So you guys are not in the car. The prophet is running, and he's left behind some kind of creature that's dividing out, kind of like an amoeba. And my dog is scratching at the door. So give me a second, or he's going to poop on my floor. You want to go out?
I'll do a protection from evil, but I don't know if these things count as that sort of thing. Can't hit. Worst case, you get a bonus to your AC.
Oh, sure. I'm not going with
Although fireball might be an option. Okay.
I could turn it into a newt.
There's a lot of them.
the dog's like, "Come outside and poop with me, Daddy."
Yeah.
All right. So Bill, what are you doing?
I don't know. I don't have anything good memorized. I mean, is there are Are we trying to get to like the other side of them or something? Are we trying to get through them?
So the person that's calling himself the Prophet of Darkness is running towards the back end of the garage. He's put interference between you and him by this creature that's kind of growing and multiplying in front of you.
Dimension door.
So that's the scene. Dimension door.
Okay.
That's a good one. Okay, you do that, and you want to step out like in front of the Prophet or something like that.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Galen, what are you doing?
Protection from evil and run.
Okay, and brings us to Constantine. What are you doing?
Huh?
Yeah, I think I'll just snipe the. You guys don't mind if I just snipe the prophet, yeah?
Golly, here to this point, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
All right, fuck it.
Okay, tell you what. Let's do. This might be fun. All right. First of all, you're going to snipe the Prophet with your crossbow. Why don't you go ahead and give me that shot? Roll a 1. Make this
Oh,
fun. Roll
Jesus.
a 1.
I really don't think I'm gonna hit him. But
I deserve it.
yeah,
Okay. It's
Close,
just a
you rolled
miss.
a 2.
So as you dimension door, a crossbow bolt barely misses you, Bill.
Yeah, you rolled a 2.
Nice.
All right. So Jameis, you cast protection and you just
run.
basically just run. So you're behind the Prophet. And that leaves us with Dion, who has cast haste. So you got multiple actions. What do you want to do? You're not protected from this blob-like creature that's here.
Yeah, he can cast haste on all of us because it's
Right.
multiple person.
Oh, that's
thing.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you do? What are you doing otherwise?
Uh,
So you and Constantine are left behind where the creature could possibly harm you. Galen and Radnar are not in that position. They are going after the Prophet.
I'm gonna run around to try and catch up, but to get around the threat and also to spread out so Constantine and I aren't both targeted at the same
Okay,
time.
so
Hopefully.
this sounds like initiative then. So why don't you roll a d6?
Okay. Boop, boop. 5.
Okay, 3. You do go first, but this thing is like so gelatinous and is able to make pseudopods to reach out at you. So as you're trying to run around, why don't you go ahead and make me a dex check?
Dex check.
Check.
Boop. Fail.
Failure. You are caught by one of its pseudopods. So effectively, this is not its action. This is just trying to get past its mass. You are stopped, and you're not able to get past it unless you deal with it first. Okay?
Can I do an
Still your turn.
action
You've got
still?
multiple. Yeah, you've got haste on you. So what do you want to do? You're caught.
Beat the pseudopod with Radnar's meat.
Well, if the maggots were still in it, maybe something would work. But I tell you what, we'll still treat it as a weapon. Roll me a d20. 12.
Well,
12 will hit it. It's not going to do a lot of damage. You're just basically banging it with a very soft club.
so
Do you have strength bonus?
D4?
It does some damage. It tickles the tentacle a bit, but you're still caught.
Yeah.
Let's go to Constantine because you're still in danger as well. What do you want to do? You just took a shot at this the fleeing man. You miss, and then you've got this big blob creature in front of you that's trying to envelop you.
Okay, I don't think the party's gonna get mad at me for saying this. So, I know my character doesn't know what he is, so the very simple thing is run.
Okay, you do the same thing. Give me a dex check. Let's see if you can get
Are
around.
you running away or are you running past or what? What are you running towards?
I'd like to run away before I try and go in a wide berth around the man first, but for now,
Okay, so
let's try and not get killed.
good start.
So,
Dex check. You fail. You are not able. You get caught in its blubbery tentacles. Okay, so you still have actions though. What do you want to do? So you can't get past it.
so it has tentacles around me yet?
It has all kinds of blobby tentacles everywhere.
Well, I know this is gonna fail too, but stab.
Okay, yeah. Just roll me damage. You really can't miss.
Okay.
Okay. You do some damage to it. Doesn't bleed. There's like this really foul smelling, almost bleach-like chemical coming out of it when you stab it. So you've done it some damage, but it's not really bleeding. All right. Let's go to Radnar. You step out in front of the guy. Make me an attack roll to either jump and grab him, or what do you want to do? He's looking behind him. He doesn't see that you're there until the last second before he runs into you. What do you want to do? If you're talking, you're muted, Bill.
Okay, sorry about that. So just a regular attack roll then?
If you want to just grab him, just make a melee attack.
Okay. Now let's find. Here we go.
Good attack.
-5. You hit. You leap on him and you take him to the ground.
All right.
Let's stop with that. And Galen, you have avoided the creature. You're running up. You're coming up right behind him. Galen's just tackled him to the ground. What do you want to do?
Now, you see the guy with the white eye, he's further on at the back.
This is the Prophet of Darkness. He was running away. It looks like he was running to there's a little building at the very end at the top of the parking garage, and the doors are closed on it. That's where he was running towards.
Okay, I'm confused then as to what the hell we're trying to do in total.
Yep. Basically, there was the Prophet up here. He saw you. He created a monster, and then he tried to run. So you guys have caught him.
Yeah, we're trying to get the amulet to the one who can't see. Which is it this guy? I don't know.
Who has the amulet? Who has the amulet?
That's a good question. Who has the amulet?
I think
Not
you
me.
do still. I think
Nope.
Galen has the amulet.
Galen didn't have the amulet.
Oh,
I
do
never
I have
had
the
the
amulet?
amulet.
I have the
Yeah, I
amulet.
thought you had the amulet. Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
so
I
the
have
amulet
it.
is not on your side of things. So,
Pass
Galen.
the amulet! That's our back. I'm going to also help restrain the Prophet. You sort of try to keep his Prophet from moving from grabbing the amulet.
Yeah, he's tall and wiry, but he's not all that strong. So if you want to just restrain the Prophet between the two of you, you can certainly render him immobile without a problem. So now it's the amorphous blob's turn. I want both Dion and Constantine. Both of you guys make me save versus death.
Oops.
Yeah.
Poison or death ray. Okay.
Oops.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. So Dion, the tentacles get thinner and thinner. They try to shove themselves up your nose, into your ears, down your throat. You're able to basically bat it all away by rolling and dodging.
Yeah, the body has a way of turning itself off for that.
Yep.
So.
Today is not my day.
Constantine, not so lucky. As some of these thin probes go down into his nose, in through his throat, in through his ears, other orifices.
Ew.
And essentially, they get down inside you and they try to rip you apart from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
How many hit points do you have?
Whew.
Constantine, how many hit points do you have?
Oh, I have 45.
Okay, you just lost 33 of them. As the tentacles just basically just tear bits of you open from the inside out. That's its action. Okay. So that happens. You hear Galen yell, "Throw the amulet!" or "Bring the amulet!" What do you say? Actually, what do you say?
Throw the amulet.
Throw the amulet.
Throw the amulet.
Okay. So roll a d6. Let's see if you go first or the creature goes first.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
5. It goes first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Dion, make me let me do it this way. 20. Nah, it doesn't get enough of a hold on you to do anything.
slapping it away. No,
Yeah.
no. Beating it
Constantine,
with Radner's meat.
after it rips off a good portion of your body, you know what's coming as those tentacles reach towards you again and they start binding you up, and so they've got a hold of you. It can't do that rip thing on the same motion, but it's on you. So you are held. Dion, you're free. Your turn. You want to?
Well, I have
So
haste on me.
you could just run away. You're free.
Yeah. I got
Okay.
haste on me. I'm booking it to the dude.
Okay, and then what do you do?
Take the amulet.
And
I'm gonna smack it on his forehead to open his third eye, baby. I don't know. That's what
okay,
my
you
thought
touch
is.
the amulet to the prophet, who starts screaming and starts just
Yeah.
muttering all kinds of obscenities as his body rapidly sizzles and melts into non-existence. For a split second, his hat remains on the floor of the garage, and his voice echoes throughout the building. Sandman! He screams hoarsely, as if in terror. Blind the prisoner! In a split second, the hat disappears, and no trace of the prophet remains.
You know what I bet still remains?
The creature still remains. So what do you want to do about it?
Yeah. Hey, can someone save me?
No.
Because I'm gonna
I
be
will-
dead next round. And
Yeah. There's a prophet just said kill the prisoner. I'm going to go for the prisoner.
Okay, you are running towards the doors that that the prophet was running towards. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Bill, what are you doing? And Dion, you Dion, you were present as you saw all those fine little tentacles just rip the guts out of your friend. You saw like organs going in the air.
Do I think that Charm Monster would work on this?
You don't know. It
I mean,
certainly
it's
seems to be
pretty
monstrous.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Charm Monster on the creature.
Okay.
And in your name, it kills.
It
Probably
It saves.
probably save, yeah.
it makes the save.
Yeah.
So Dion.
So I'm gonna hand Galen before he books it fully away. I'm gonna hand him the amulet,
Okay.
and
Baton
then
toss. You're hasted, so you can do something else. Go ahead. So can
Can I-
you, by the way, Bill. You're hasted, so you have other actions as well.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just
Can I-
letting everybody have their first actions.
can I cast?
You can cast. You haven't casted yet, so you can cast.
I guess I'll try. Let's see. Something to get you out of there. Can I cast grease on
Ooh.
Constantine?
Ooh.
Lovely area.
Ooh.
I
I
like it.
like it.
Well, I
Just
that what
lube
you
him
wanna
up?
okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dion. I do not mind smelling like wet grease as long as I'm alive.
Yeah.
Okay. As the monster's turn comes around, you've cast grease on Constantine. It starts to bear down on Constantine, but you're so greased up, it's like you're
It's
just
like
shot
soap.
out.
Pew!
Roll me a d6.
Me?
You're still going to take some damage from being hurled a distance, but not nearly as much.
Oh,
6 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. I was about to say,
That's like.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna need to sleep.
A badly mangled Constantine drops at your feet.
Badly
He's alive. He's alive.
I
Couple
think
of
a
cure
mangled me
seriousness,
would
you'll
have
be
more
fine.
HP.
All right. So we're at time. So we'll end it there with running towards the doors. Now, so for the next few weeks, Dion is going to go on vacation. We will still have a stream. I'm not sure what we're going to play yet, but we're going to halt this here until Dion gets back and finish this off. But we will be playing something else in the meantime. So we'll end it there for the night. Dion, since you're going away for a bit, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do online?
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can find me at my channel on Twitch, which is Substances Used, where I play retro JRPGs and do some GTA 5 roleplay. It's been a little quiet on my channel lately. I try to stream a little bit, but I'm really been crunch time for vacation and just kind of got other stuff on the mind right now. So I'll be in California soaking up some sun in the desert. So
Nice.
not the Black
Yeah.
Desert like this one, but
Not the styrofoam set, you mean?
no, the
The
Mojave.
real California. I think that's a set too. I think all of California is actually just a set.
Pretty much.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I've seen the fake grocery stores.
If I may,
Damus, tell us all about your blog.
Constantine's about to say something.
oh, I heard the Mojave, and I'm sorry, but patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I have to. I'm legally obligated.
Damus, tell us about your blog.
Got a blog, been watching movies, but I've been playing games as well. I'll do that sometime and talk about it. And since I'm here, I'll also plug Bert's Kickstarter. It's closing into the end, so get in there and get it
There, right
well
there at
above
the bottom of the screen. It's right there. And Bill's running some games for the Frogs.
Yep.
God Games. Tell us about it.
Still running Swords and Wizardry, Cults of the Sunder Kingdoms. They're closing in on the end of one part of it, so it's a good time to get in that game. I'm also, every other Wednesday, I'm running sort of West Marches style Rap and Athic. So, if you don't have anything to do and you feel like dying in 5th edition, yes, it can happen. Let me know. I'll get you in the game.
Nice. And if you found the stream, you know where we are, but go to BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. There you'll find 16 years, almost, podcasting goodness. Goodness in quotation marks. I legally have to say that. And all of our social links are there as well. Check out my Kickstarter, rolling across your stream now. See you guys. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.